Okay, so here's the system that I showed off on Reddit. Basically, this is just a slight visual on the side here. It'll show total attempts, and then pop-ups here are going to be what the drops are. There is one that's pretty rare, so if it does drop, there will be a sound. That's kind of a cool thing. So best way to describe it is I have my setup done with your luck multiplied by your tool quality. In this case, it'll give you a 0.1 value because luck being 1. I wanted luck to stay at a base value of 1. You can change that, level it up, whatever, that kind of thing. Um, I'm just using these for visuals. Otherwise, you can just build logic for that sort of thing. So what that does is it gives this signal generator a maximum value range of up to 0.1. So if I fiddle with those numbers down below, the max value range will go up, which will, it's a good thing. I wanted a sense of randomness to it, so even though luck in your tool quality is at play, I don't think that you should just immediately get great stuff all the time, no matter what. Increased drops, guaranteed you get one of everything. So I decided it would be better to do it this way. So what it does is it takes this value, in this case 0.1, and then it'll add that value, because of this calculator here, to whatever this signal generator outputs. Now in this case, this is the one I'm using for stone. So every time it cycles, it's guaranteed going to add at least one stone, because I think it'd be really crappy to get nothing after mining. So I use stone as a base value to where it would give you one no matter what. But it can give you 2 or 2.5. 2.5 does round up. So in this case, if this signal generator, you'd add in a 0.1, that would become a 2.6, and then that rounds up to 3, so then you can get 3 stone at a time. So that's kind of a nice thing. Now, let's say something like this. This one's quite a bit more rare. This one's sitting at 0.5. Obviously, again, like I said, I put the rounding in here with these calculators. They have an option here called round, and this one in the middle here, you got round up, you've got round down. The one in the middle will round up or down, so it'll just go to the nearest value, which is actually really beneficial. Now this one, the reason it's so rare to have it happen is because the max value range is right perfectly at the round up point. But it pretty much means that this needs to fire at the exact same time that one of these waves reaches the top. Probably not going to happen. That's kind of where these come into play, though, is because once you increase that max value range, it'll still have a chance of hitting 0 with this one. But you start adding a little bit more luck in, and now your chances go up. Over here, what I've got is everything, all these values that are currently rounding, etc., that are being picked by all the previous logic. It's coming into these value sliders here, just for a visual. And then this timer here will fire once every how many seconds. If you had this in the game, it'd be mining, and I'd just use a counter that would cycle them all on, and then I'd have a timer turn it off in 0.1 seconds. So that's how all that works very quickly. Over here, I've got the total count. This is just for some visual logic related to this sort of thing. So total count doesn't really matter. The meat and potatoes, good logic is right here. So I got a variable modifier here. So what this one is set to do is variable value 1, which is this number here. This one's also set to 1, is how much stone that you have. You can name these whatever you want, but that's how much stone that you have. See back here, these are what's adding. So when this fires, it takes this output, whatever it's at, it fires that off, it adds that, that goes with the variable, and then that's done. And then here I've got this timer set to where it goes to a signal manipulator. It'll move up or down. And that's kind of what gives us this nice fade effect over here. And then this here with the calculator, I've just got it set so that whatever number of stone that you have It just has to be greater than 0, and if it's greater than 0, then this has the ability to pop up. So if it's not greater than 0, that'll never show up. And this will also only show up when you add. So when this is increased, it shows up. I can also add it so that it goes when it's decreased as well. So in the case of if you go to sell something, etc., that can be at play as well. So that pretty much describes the meat and potatoes of the logic. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, just let me know. So thanks for watching.